Hello and welcome to Team Logic. The purpose of this video is to complete the onboarding process by adding you to our Connect Team app, as well as talking through some of the expectations we have within Logic. After completing your paperwork, you will receive a text message to download the Connect Team app. Once you've downloaded the app, you will enter in your 10-digit phone number and a verification code, which will be sent to you via text message. After you've logged in, you won't be asked to create a username or password for this app. You will just continue to use your phone number. Here is the welcome screen you will see once you've logged in. This is the main feed where updates are shown. One of the first steps you will be asked to do is to complete your profile information, where you can add your photo as well as email address. Once you've updated your profile, we ask that you finish your onboarding by completing the required training. So the training can be found under Assets, which is located down here at the bottom, Skills, which is right here, and then Courses. You may have more courses depending on your role, but today we will be focusing on the main two courses, Connect Team and Welcome to Logic. So how to use the Connect Team course. Here you will find detailed instructions on how to use the app. The main features that you will use the most would be the time clock. And just to go into a little bit more detail, it will show you a video of how to use the app, as well as a step-by-step feature. So this is exactly what you would need to do to select an app with moving, or to select the time clock, along with everything that you would need to do in order to log in and select your shift. And this is broken down for each one of these sections. So there's a clock in and clock out, how to submit a shift request. If you aren't going to be available, you can do an absent request. Also, how to view your timesheets, which is very important because you can go in and you can check to see how much time you've been allocated for the week. What does your potential pay look like? Things like that. So again, step-by-step features on how to complete the tasks. From here, in addition to the time clock, you will also use the job scheduler. The job scheduler talks more about your shift itself. And again, this gives you a step-by-step detailed instruction on how to do so. Shows you how to select the job scheduler, as well as how to go through the notifications, how to mark your availability, how to reject or accept a shift, how to claim a shift. It goes into explicit detail for each one of the job scheduling features. And the job scheduler is also important because that is where you will see your shift for the week. You can go in and select again if you're unavailable particular days. So that way you're not scheduled for a shift that you know that you will not be able to make. And then lastly is the chat feature. This is one of the main features that we also utilize within here. So this just tells you a little bit more so on how to participate in the chat feature. And again, it gives you step-by-step instructions on how to start a new chat, as well as how to just join a chat in particular. Next up, we'll focus more on the next training, which is Welcome to Logic. Here we'll go into a little bit more detail about some of our expectations. So the first two sections are about our code of conduct, which is the first section. And then the second section, Make It Make Sense, is a little bit more about job expectations, such as checklist. So one of the things I want to call out here is completing checklist. This is one of our training courses. We ask that you complete a checklist for every clean. So this is all done through your phone by taking before and after photos and then check marking the task that you've completed on that clean. This is a way that we're able to confirm with the client that we did complete the clean as requested. Now, keep in mind, if you have any instruction or need any assistance on how to complete the checklist, if you click on this link at the top, Work Ticket Checklist Completion, that will give you a step-by-step instructions on how to complete the checklist. That will open up as a YouTube video. So some of these trainings are YouTube videos. And so you're just able to click on the link, It'll open up the separate YouTube app, and then you'll just watch the video there. There may be ads. Please be patient with us. Skip through the ad and then just watch that video. One of the things I would like to call out, for every checklist that is not submitted, there is a $25 deduction. So please make sure that you make every effort to complete and submit the checklist for each clean. Okay, so next up we have the getting paid section, which I know is the most important part that everyone has questions or information about. And I do have a few call outs for this. So the first thing is the who to contact section. So first things first, we do ask that you show up every day on time, ready and prepared to work. We understand that there are circumstances or situations that arise where sometimes things happen and you're not able to make your shift, even though you had every intention of coming, then, something may happen. If you know that you're unable to make your scheduled shift, please contact your lead or post in the chat. As you'll see, we have 4 ways to get help. So you can call your lead or supervisor directly. You can call the staff support line and select option 4. Or you can you can post into the local team group chat and at a specific person, which would typically be your lead and or some support staff. That's just a way for us to be proactive, for us to be able to find a backup cleaner for your shift and or reschedule your shift to a time that you would be available. Also keep in mind that the ways to get help is also located under the main feed page. Under updates. So there are multiple ways for you to find out this information. And then it also shows at the bottom here just other reasons why you may reach out or need assistance with someone. Okay, so next up we have the 1099 and service provider agreement. So what I want to call out on here is that this talks through some of those pay related acknowledgments that were listed in your agreement that you signed on that initial paperwork that you submitted. So some of those would be that we do ask that you give us a 2-week notice if you know that you will be leaving with the organization. There is a $25 deduction for missing checklists. So I talked about that a little bit earlier in this video, but that is why it is so important for you to make every effort for you to complete your checklist. And lastly, there is a deduction up to half of your hours from a previous day if there is an unplanned absence. So again, that is a way to mitigate call-ins or no-call, no-shows. We really, really, really need, if you are scheduled to work, please show up. And if you're not able to, that you proactively call us and say, hey, I cannot make it. Can we please have backup or reschedule? So that way you're not getting these pay impacts. Okay, so next up we have our payroll schedule. So here is where it talks a little bit about the payroll schedule itself, and it calls out something specifically for service providers. But I just like to put this in here so we can make note of that. But for most of our employees, they will fall under this 2023 payroll schedule. Please keep in mind that because we are we run on a bi-weekly pay period, it can take up to 2 to 3 weeks before you receive your first paycheck. So please, please, please make sure to look at this pay schedule so you can determine your first pay date. As you see, the days worked are listed on the left-hand side, and then you'll see where the actual pay date will be for that time period on the right-hand side. Okay, lastly, here is where you will sign up for your direct deposit. So once you've completed the training, then you complete this form here for your direct deposit information, and that will go to our finance department, and you will be all squared away from there. Please keep in mind, this is where you will sign up for your direct deposit under the Welcome to Logic training. There is another section for direct deposit, but when you click on that, it will say the form is not available. Please do not attempt to locate another form or anything like that. It will be under this direct deposit list under the Welcome to Logic training. And aside from that, that pretty much covers the majority of the things that we would like for you to know regarding the onboarding expectations, as well as utilizing the Connect Team app. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for joining the Logic team. We definitely look forward to working with you. You have a great day.